Welcome back everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play UnderRail. This will be part 95 of our Let's Play. And in the last episode we finally made it into the Institute of Tchort, and we handed in that quest to Tanner. Now what we discovered is that in the Institute of Tchort there's three main divisions that we can be a part of. There is the Investigation Division, there is the Propagation Division, and there is the Preservation Division. They have said that the Propagation Division is having some internal restructuring, and therefore, it is probably not available for us, so that's the law. I'm guessing it means that it isn't. The law says that, well, it's restructuring, so probably not, but in gameplay-wise, that means no. So now we have to choose between Preservation, a Biocore University emblem. This is an emblem of the Biocore University. In the days of old Biocore, students probably had it sewed onto their clothes. Interesting. Yeah, so we have to choose between Preservation or Investigation. Now, Preservation is apparently is like the combat-focused stuff. So that's where all the I'm assuming that is. I don't know that much about the Tchortists, but I'm assuming that the Racifores are all part of the Preservation sect department. And I haven't really seen anyone from the Investigation department yet, so that's very interesting. Ooh, the library. And they say we should go here first. Go west. Go west. Small metal scraps. That vase sound though, still that little tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Curator Nena. The woman, upon noticing your approach, puts her hand on her chest and salutes you. Her voice is quiet, almost a whisper, yet it sounds perfectly clear and understandable thanks to the almost unreal silence within the library.
Tchort is evolution. Welcome to Aiden's library, brother. I am Curator Nena. Can I help you with something?
Tchort guide you, Nena.
And you too, brother. Read well.
Welcome to Aiden's library, brother. Today's quote, "If it truly comes down to the survival of the fittest, then fit we shall be." The original report. The original report by Aiden Travers. I was the only one still alive from the expedition, as I found myself before this gigantic metal gate which stood closed and seemingly impenetrable. I began to ponder the most recent events, sure that these moments were to be my last, for the whole expedition was doomed from the start. It has been many years since Hollow Earth was left to rust in the forbidding bowels of deep caverns. Biocore had only begun to recuperate from the damage it suffered during the split when technocrats called me into their office. They explained to me that they wished to unearth, pardon the expression, several abandoned but not forgotten projects from Hollow Earth, and salvage that which can be salvaged from the once impressive research complex. Biocore desired this expedition in hopes of at least slowing down its decline, which started years ago and wasn't about to stop. Internal struggles only worsened the situation. Of course, due to the severity of the task, it could not be entrusted to just about anyone. A senior scientist of my qualifications and experience was to lead the expedition, since only someone like that could be allowed to lay eyes on some of the most sensitive information Biocore ever possessed. I accepted. I was truly excited to be going into deep caverns, and despite being familiar with how hostile the environment was, I cared very little for that fact. On the contrary, I viewed it as a new opportunity, a new high point in my career, and entrusted our survival into the hands of Captain Sagan's men without overthinking it. Few of my scientist colleagues were also to follow me on this mission, and once all parties were ready, we made our descent. Into death, at least for most of us. Environment had changed significantly between the Hollow Earth incident and the moment of our arrival, even more than we expected. Environmental hazards, natural predators in form of horrid and surprisingly alien creatures, as well as other unexplained phenomena, were quick to decimate us. Bullets can stop beasts, but for how long? Hazard suits can save us from toxic fumes and corrosive liquids, but for how long? Reaching the main complex soon proved to be mission impossible. The immediate way to the east was blocked by an impenetrable cave-in, so he had to circumvent it by going to the north. After taking the first few steps toward our goal, we already found ourselves under siege by death itself, and it sated its hunger quickly, luckily before it got to me. I was the only one still alive from my expedition. We fled north and found refuge by one of the large gates. Rust, mould, and demise were in the oxygen-devoid air, as well as some strange pulsating sensation which violently pressed on my skull. Poor Captain, the only one still with me, was lying in a corner and was slowly fading away, with last bits of life leaving his mangled body, surrendering it to decay. He performed his duty to his very last breath. I was ready for the same fate, but then the large gates opened. Light illuminated the area, and strange pain from my head was instantly gone. While the lights weren't as bright as the ones in university, it was much better than the dwindling glow of my last flare. I stepped through the gate and faced something I wasn't prepared for. I faced it. It was giant, it was alien, it was formless. Strange creature was before me, and I had no clue of its origin or intentions, or really anything. All I could see is pure flesh with tentacles sprouting from it in all their glory. The sensation in my head returned, but this time it wasn't trying to kick down the door to my mind, instead it gently knocked. I answered politely. Tchort was the only thing I could interpret during this peculiar exchange of thoughts, but everyone else can simply be described as just some strange feeling in my head. During my 3-week stay, I was allowed by Tchort to study it. Leftover equipment I was able to find in these old labs I combined with some of my own utilities and was able to set up an improvised laboratory, which was most excellent. Regarding nourishment, I still had my own personal supplies, up to a point in time. Afterwards, I had to rely on natural sources. This is what I had learned during my stay before I finally left Tchort and returned back, certain that what I had found was an extraordinary discovery of unimaginable importance. Tchort can be defined as a large multicellular organism of unknown age, but judging from its genetic makeup, it is primordial. While it shares a lot of common sequences with every living being ranging from the first single-cell organisms up to modern mammals, it is not directly related to us in any way. We do not have a clear common ancestor. How is that possible? Well, that I am about to explain. The creature can enter a state of unique type of regeneration cycles in which it loses any recognizable form and undergoes genetic self-repair. It puzzled me how and why it does so, but I had answers faster than I had thought I would. Tchort has a remarkably similar cell and DNA structure to us. The number of chromosomes and genes is indeed different, but a lot of recognizable sequences can be found there. The part of its genome that was non-coding was larger than in humans, and by studying it, I have learned the answer to those 2 questions I asked myself previously. Whenever the creature begins suffering from any form of mutations, chromosomal deterioration, or even cancer, it can enter the aforementioned state of regeneration. It might do so in case when the environment changes drastically and new traits are necessary to survive. I was even able to pinpoint the gene responsible for this. Now, what happens when the creature begins regenerating is this. Its non-coding part of the genome, which can be in Tchort's case considered something of a genetic backup, begins coding for proteins which in turn change and rebuild the whole chromosome, even up to the telomeres. How it knows what sort of adaptation it needs to survive in the new environment is not yet clear, nor how it is able to recombine or even create these new sequences. But even this was a magnificent find, and raised another question. Can this be applied to humans or other living creatures as well? Due to the similarity of the DNA structure, the answer might as well be yes. And with that, many other questions sprang to my mind. Could we too use what we learned from Tchort and adapt ourselves at will? Could we live infinitely? Would we be able to control our own evolution and strive toward a goal unimaginable before? Could we finally return to the surface world? I wanted answers, and for that I was going to need time and support. As I had given Tchort the final look before I left, hoping that it wasn't going to be really the last one, it became clear in my mind what I must do. My return to university as a lone survivor turned out to be quite interesting, and can be best described as an end to one thing and the beginning of the other. End of original report. Interesting. So there's some sort of creepy monstrosity in deep caverns, I'm guessing, called Tchort, that can adapt itself at will and evolve. at will. And because it shares some similarity with us, apparently we're just like, oh yeah, we should totally put that in our bodies. Cultists, man, they're weird. I like how he's got... That entire report is so... I don't know, like... full of fallacy or, like, assumptions that it's obvious he's kind of being, like, indoctrinated or something. Because, like, he said that it resembles some of the human DNA, right? Which is fair enough. But then he just assumes that you can turn that, you know, put that into thing with humans. And he says, well, it might as well be a guarantee. With no testing and no nothing. Like, that's such an obvious sign that when Tchort was in his mind, like, it was affecting him and being like, yes. He's probably sitting there going, yes, bring me more genetic matter. A la the bloody flood from Halo. Like, yeah, just bring me more people. Eye of Tchort. This medallion is generally worn by military personnel of Institute of Tchort. I mean, I'll take it. Yoink. Free XP for me. Let's talk to Lazy Lyle. An old bald man welcomes you with a wave and a wide smile. He wears dark glasses which perfectly conceal his eyes. In turn, his smile reveals more than it perhaps should. You notice the man to be almost completely toothless, yet those few teeth still clinging on somehow allow him to speak with surprising clarity. Unfortunately, they do nothing to save his interlocutor from receiving a spit shower every time he opens his mouth, as it happens to you right now. Tchort is evolution, brother. I am Lazy Lao. That's what they call me. Evolution is Tchort, brother. I'm UnderRail. Cool. I finally got a bedmate. Bedmate? Yeah, this is our bed. He points to the double bed next to him. See, this is our bed, bedmate. I've been sleeping alone for 2 weeks, and now I have a bedmate. Oh, you want top or bottom? I slept top so far, but if you want top, I'll go bottom. Top. I want top. Away from him. Whatever you wish, bedmate. Now, want to chat? You know what? Tchort guide you, Lazy Lao. Tchort guide you, bedmate. Oh, he just keeps calling me bedmate. It's tops. I'm gonna check all these vases. There's gonna be nothing good in here. Gerafrons. An unexpectedly tiny and shy voice comes out of this lofty man. While he is loud enough for you to hear him, you can't shake off the feeling that the sound of a humble fly gliding into the room would overpower his voice. Fortunately, nothing similar happens during his introduction. Tchort is evolution. My name is Gerafrons, and I'm an investigator of medicine, and Institute's proto-physician. You must be UnderRail. Usually our fellow Tchortists refer to me as I am, to which I have no objection. Now, how may I help you? What do you think of the Faceless? Foul, corrupted beings. Ugh, I sympathize with core city residents who have to endure being close to such disgusting creatures. Tchort helped them. In the end, the augmented monstrosities will die out eventually, while all completely natural beings, like us, will live on, for it is the superior design, proven. Where can I purchase some medication? I can help you with that, brother. I'll show you what I have. What I really want is a blueprint for adrenaline syringes, if you've got it, which you don't. Because I could just buy some adrenaline syringes, couldn't I? What do you want? 5 medicines, 5 chemicals, 4 components. I can sell you some of these. It's not worth much, but it will do. 4 medical components. Well, let's sell you some syringes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, what is it? 5 medicines. Well, honestly, let's sell some of these syringes as well. We can make these 5. And that brings us pretty close, and then it only cost me 31. And I'm pretty happy with that. Bit annoyed that I still don't have the adrenaline syringe blueprint, if there is one. I could probably sneak in there and steal stuff. If my stealth was a little bit better, but it ain't, so it's not a problem. Okay, so I'm thinking... So my good friend... Well, my good viewer, I mean, you're a friend. Everyone that views my videos is a friend as far as I'm concerned. But my good friend viewer, Jean-Luc Picard has told me that he prefers the investigation division because it's sort of full of intrigue and makes you think about things weird, make you think about things differently, and it's all a bit sort of weird and wonderful. So I'm thinking we join investigation. I mean, I'm assuming like preservation is just going to have us, go out and kill stuff or defend stuff. So investigation round 3 is Institute's East Wing. So we're going to go find out how to join the investigation division. What we need to do. What rituals we need to pull off. Keep going east, I suppose. This place is so big. And that music they've added in is really creepy. And I like it. I like it a lot, that indistinct voices in the background. Which way do I go? This way? Oh yeah, wait, I should be checking vases. There's got to be something good in one of them, right? Or like it's for a quest, because like why would they be able to search the vases? And why there's so many? Sign. Genetics laboratory. Can I go in? Seems like I can. Oh, there's Aiden. Let's talk to Aiden. A nightmarish visage stares at you with its barren eyes, tentacle-like extensions hanging from the lower part of the mask, only add to the already intimidating sight. While it is only that, a mask, it seems natural to wonder if what is beneath it could be even more frightening. This tall, imposing figure is Aiden, founder of Institute of Tchort. There is no doubt about it. He wears a long, decorated robe that exhibits a ghastly flow with every move he makes, all of which are controlled and deliberate. Also, a symbol of an eye with 5 tentacles growing out of it stamps the robe with the highest rank you've ever seen any of the Tchorters have. He lowers his head to look at you and delivers his words in a profoundly deep voice, only slightly impeded by his terrifying mask.
Tchort is evolution, TheOzzieNerd. Finally we meet. I would like to officially introduce myself. I am Aiden. I never had the opportunity to thank you for returning the set piece to Institute of Tchort. If it had stayed in the hands of the Devolved, you would have been greatly disappointed. I would have been greatly disappointed. Well done.
Evolution is Tchort. I retrieve the figurine in your name, illustrious Aiden.
In that I have no doubt, TheOzzieNerd. We rarely get to witness such valiant effort from those who have yet to become part of our institution.
He pauses.
I apologize, but I cannot speak to you at this time. I have come here to oversee the department and discuss certain matters with some of the investigators. Still, I am sure we will converse again when the time allows.
I'm sorry if I bothered you. Tchort guide you.
Tchort guide us all, TheOzzieNerd.
So I'm guessing this isn't where I join the investigation. I was sitting here. Investigator Vuk. Principal Investigator Rista. Okay, here we go. You come up to a man who seems to be studying some papers. As he raises his head to look at you, you immediately feel he doesn't approve of you being in his office. Is it the long and overemphasized sigh that gave you that impression? Maybe. Is it the tired and unwelcome stare that you could feel could push you outside with enough force to also knock you off your feet? Perhaps. Or is it that his clenching fist that could, if someone is not careful, end up causing serious pain? Who knows? In any case, while you ponder all this, the man decides to speak first and does so in a deep and gravelly voice. He sighs.
Tchort is evolution. I am Principal Investigator Rista, and I sincerely hope you weren't sent by Lydia.
Lydia? Who is that?
She's our chief investigator. But wait, you're that new bro, the one who got the figurine, yes? Still, every time someone enters my office, it equals either more work or more problems. It is how the universe works, proven over and over again. Magnificent Tchort, it's either a sudden symposium I have to prepare for in a hurry, or some new project with an unrealistic deadline, or some other problem, or a disaster in the lab.
I'm not here to give you work, so you can relax. In fact, I was hoping for the opposite. I'm the one looking for work. You hear rushed footsteps behind you. Slowly they become closer and closer. Wait and see what happens. The man finally comes to a still after storming into the office. You can tell he wants to expel something important as soon as possible, but severe shortness of breath prevents him from doing so. After a few moments to regain himself, and is finally able to explain what urged him to come in such a hurry. Whew. I'm sorry to bother you, investigator. Whew. I know you had said you don't wish to be disturbed, but you have a major problem.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, thank this mister here for stepping into my office and causing all this chaos.
He shrugs.
It's his fault.
He turns towards you.
See, this is what I've been talking about. Every time someone walks into my office, problem. Why can't people let me work in peace? Why? Tchort, why? And then people complain when I lock the door.
Let's hear what this is all about first, and discuss who's responsible for it later. One of the MPS specimens has escaped its holding cell. It's running rampant. I don't know how it happened, but I was by the stairs doing my work when suddenly I heard strange and loud sounds coming from down there. I took a peek and I saw it.
Which one? Oh, don't tell me.
Psycho.
Indubitably. Well, since this is all your fault, whoever you are the one who's going to catch it.
Okay, well, Psy. Okay, tell me what I need to do and what this Psycho is.
Psycho is one of our NPS specimens that, as you've just heard, escaped its enclosure and is making a home in the Type 2 specimen section. What it is a genetically engineered Azuridae with a deadly arsenal of Psi abilities at its disposal. I reckon it's a bit too frightened to climb the stairs, or else it'd already be causing havoc in the lab. That could change at any moment.
How am I supposed to capture it?
Well, we have a portable neural pacifier that should calm the creature down. Should. In case you haven't heard it, should calm it down. Just so you know, indubitably it is not an easy task, since you have to somehow incapacitate the creature, and then put the device on its head, and then activate it. Psycho is very tough, so your best bet is to tire out or weaken the creature first, before trying to incapacitate it. Just be careful not to hurt it too much.
How about just killing it?
Cull it? Are you out of your mind? That is the oldest and rarest creature we've got. It is unique. Culling it would ruin so much work. I don't even wish to think about it. I refuse to think about it. I know this is all complicated and everything, but you'll be able to do it. The better question is, will you?
I'll do it. Let me have the neural pacifier.
Very good. Here is the device.
He gives you a portable neural pacifier.
As soon as you get the chance to use the device, place it on the Psycho's head. Line the markers on the device with the place where the two halves of the carapace open to expose the brain. Once lined up, press the only button on the device and stand back. Everything else is automatic. Just step away and you will be fine. Follow the corridor past the holding pens and go down the stairs. Ironically, the lower level is full of dark passages, which will, no doubt, make the job a tad more difficult. Tchort guide you. Oh, and do not try to open any cells there unless you wish to be culled on the spot.
Okay, I'm guessing they have some sort of defenses then? We got Warthog, Rathound Alpha, Pacified Coil Spider, oh, adorable. And... wait, where am I? Oh, over there. Pacified Burrower, yeah. So there's probably a crawler in that one, right? The one that's like, quotes, empty? Oops, no. I just didn't want to open that. Okay. So I'm guessing it's down here somewhere. So... stealth up and see what we can find. Alright, so this is open. So that's obviously where it came from, but... how did it get open? Okay, there's Psycho. Okay, what can we do? I mean, we could, what, flashbang it? Can I just use the... No, once it's been incapacitated. Okay, so let's expose weakness. Because obviously at the moment, I can't really hurt it that much. Wait, right, when it's been incapacitated. Gotcha, I'm dumb. So I should probably just run up to a flashbang it and then use it. Probably what I should do. Fair enough, I mean that's relatively easy, I guess. Relatively being the operative word. I want it out in the middle somewhere so I can see it. And it resisted. That's not what you want, but I can stun him. So then, theoretically... Is it not incapacitated? Wait. Gotcha. Probably supposed to, like, find something to incapacitate it, right? Probably like some sort of, I don't know, stunning thing or something. Or I have to actually, like, incapacitate it, not kill it. There's a lot of vent shafts here, so I'm probably going to check that next. What does it say? One of the dangerous NPS specimens escapes enclosure at the Institute of Tchort. You are given a portable neural pacifier to use on the creature, but you can only do so after you weaken and incapacitate it. If Psycho is accidentally killed, the consequences will be dire. Too narrow to crawl through. Oh, is it gonna like try to escape or something if I get it on low health and then it's gonna bolt? It's probably what's gonna happen, isn't it? Oh wow, good thing I resisted it. Okay, that was not smart. Okay, it's incapacitated. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured would need to happen. Sorry, I killed it too fast. The creature seems knocked out for the time being. Now that you have a chance to take a closer look, can you truly admire its impressive size? However, it appears that its rough, scarred carapace reveals more than you had expected. This creature is one of extreme age. How old exactly you are unsure. Miniature landscapes adorn the beetle's back. Every scar, scratch, or defect on it illustrates a separate story of this being's long past. But time to study it you do not have. However, as the creature could regain consciousness at any moment while using neural pacifier. You perform the procedure as you were instructed. You position the device so that the markers match the carapace opening line of the beetle's head, and press the activation button on the neural pacifier. As soon as you do so, you hear the device activating, and, after a brief delay, the faint sound of the carapace cracking reaches your ear. You expected some reaction from the creature, twitching or some other motion as a consequence of this probably painful intrusion, but the beetle remains static. Soon everything quietens down. So what we got here? We got Slimy. We got Dusty the cat. Can I talk to the cat? You know, I kind of want to open the door and talk to it. I'm guessing something's going to kill me if I do. We're going to bandage ourselves, obviously, since we took so much damage from that stupid barrel. Yeah, I'm willing to bet, like, the beetle probably would have done something to us and then bolted through a thing and could have ended up at any of the exits. I would imagine. Let's go and talk to Dusty. We probably can't get in or anything. Door does not have a conventional lock, yeah. That's a shame. So we got Dusty, what do we got? Grey, yeah, I don't want to touch that. And Lucy. And again, there's probably, I would imagine in here is a crawler. Well, that was easy enough as our first job. There's absolutely a crawler in there. Like, why would there be an empty? I suppose there's an empty one here too. I don't know. Is it done? It is done. I planted the neural pacifier on the creature's head, and it is now, well, pacified.
Very good, I'm pleased. I will send someone to take care of that. And you, your name was...
I actually never had the chance to introduce myself. UnderRail is the name.
UnderRail? I heard that you just recently, figurine? Did you... Yes. Oh yes, now I understand everything. I would like to apologize for my earlier behavior. Magnificent Tchort, it's always just... I have a lot of work here, an incredible amount of work, and every time someone enters my office, something goes horribly awry. It directly translates to more trouble, and all that before I'd even get the chance to drink my first cup of mushroom tea of the day. He sighs. Well, you did good, indeed, and for that, here is something for you. If you seek more work, why not drop by my office sometime, brother? I think I've got some stuff for a man like yourself.
Do you have any more work for me?
Indeed I do. I have 2 jobs for you, as a matter of fact, brother. The first requires you to take a ferry ride to a pretty remote place in lower UnderRail, and the second one is about a genetics disease resistance project. Interested in any of the 2? Or both, perhaps?
What's this about genetic disease resistance?
Well, it's something I got from the top. You know what I mean. Someone comes into my office and drops some stuff on my desk, whether I like it or not. I am the PI of the busiest department in Institute of Tchort, so things like that are unavoidable, I guess. Magnificent Tchort. So what I got was about a project on genetic disease resistance. I have to find some subjects who have shown great resilience to deadly disease. Yeah, that's what I was told. What that means is, he points to himself, I, the principal investigator, have to worry about subjects when I have the pacification project on my hands. George's recombination paperwork to finish, George's protein design data to review, even study some devolved cymorphs from the deep caves that were recently brought in. What I need of you is the following. Walk outside the Institute, there is a bunch of people there, and ask around if anyone exhibits what we require. If not, well, we did our best. Let someone else deal with it. If you do find someone, even better, since they are already here. They would be easy to convince to come here and do some simple tests. Nothing painful. That is all regarding the matter indeed.
I'm on it, brother. Tchort guide you. He nods. Okay, can I also take the other one while I'm here?
Yes?
I'm interested in what you describe as a ferry trip.
Alright, brother. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Forsaken Island?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, there is no shame in that. Allow me to explain what it is. Forsaken Island is a remote island situated somewhere between Core City, approximately southeast of it, and the more southern parts of lower UnderRail. It is, people say, surrounded by violent currents which make it an unpopular place for tourism. However, there is something else there, bro. The Forsaken Behemoth. Now, I've heard some exaggerated stories about its appearance and behavior. It breathes fire, it shoots lasers out of its eyes, it has 7 heads, various nonsense. I mean, the creature, if real, might have some psionic abilities, I don't deny that. It's just that some of the things I've heard take it too far. However, what is consistent in all those stories can be summarized like this. It is a big lizard. A very, very big lizard. And if it really exists, I would like a piece of it. Not fight it, but a sample of its skin, or whatever you could find. So what I wish you to do is basically this. Go to the island, find someone who is crazy enough to take you there, see if the creature exists, and bring me a sample of it. There is a possibility it is the only one of its kind, so try not to cull it. We might return later and try and capture it. Simple, brother. Really simple. The pay is good. 650 charons is, in my opinion, very good. You will receive it once you come back from the island. What do you say?
A dangerous journey to hunt a giant monster? Count me in.
Very good. That's all. Yep, that is all. Good luck. Tchort guide you. Tchort guide you, brother. He nods. Alright, so, we have a whole bunch of new stuff to do. It should be listed up here, I imagine. Yep. So, let's start dealing with that in the next episode. So, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the TheOzzieNerd, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends that might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video to with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback of videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below so that I can see it. And I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.